one does have a lot of premier vocalists, one being the guy that helped me write most of the songs, Darwin Knort. This particular song was written by me, Jimmy Papa, and Dino Taglioli.
Not Dino Taglioli.
Yes, Dino Taglioli. I had to save that for you because I knew if I told you before we went on the air,
I love him.
I know it. And I think this does Rick Rude a lot of justice. Even if you don't like him, call us up and let us know.
All right. We're going to play the music now. We don't play music on this program except on special occasions. This is indeed a special occasion. Take it away, Daryl.
He's simply ravishing.
Thank you very much, Daryl, for that arrangement there. Daryl took care of the controls there. That was Simply Ravishing Rick Rude, one of
11 cuts.
11 cuts. 11 different songs. I'm looking at some of the
which will be debuting, and you will be hearing more and more of them. Just stay looking for them Slam Jam bumpers with them numbers, and look in next month's WCW magazine. There will be a big story about it.
And in this month's WCW magazine, with Flying Brian Pillman on the cover, there's an order form
on the
so
back
you can
page.
order this. I wonder if they're going to be able to get these to people for Christmas.
Yes.
You know,
yes, they will. I mean, you know, obviously, if you order on December 23rd or 24th, it's going to be a little bit hard.
Well, there you go.
But,
disclaimer.
You know.
Asterisk. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's go back to the telephones. I want to talk to Katie in Decatur. Hi, Katie. You're on AM750 WSB.
Hi, Jim. I would like some info on how to get a job in wrestling. You know, WCW preferably. Because even if I'm too young now, I'd like to get my facts straight. So I have a few questions. What do manager and broadcast journalists do? And do you have a number I could call for some info?
Yeah, what you ought to do is you ought to call 827-2066. And if you're interested in, and just tell them what department you're interested in, and then they'll direct you to either the broadcast division or the journalism division or whatever. But that's 827-2066. That's right here in Atlanta. That's WCW down at the beautiful CNN Center. Let's see here. Who we got here on the line? Let's talk to Sarah in Smyrna. Hello, Sarah.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine. I wanted to ask Michael Hayes about the album, and you just answered my question there, and I wanted to know when he's going to be wrestling. He's the greatest.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah. Right now, I'm fortunate enough that I've saved a few pennies here and there, and I don't have to wrestle because I look so good standing next to Jim on Sunday nights and tell it like it is that I can go on with this broadcasting job. But thank you for the comment on the album, too. It's going to be hot.
Thanks very much, Sarah, and we'll be back with more with Wrestling with Jim Ross. We'll be telling you about what you're going to be able to see this weekend on television, and we'll be taking more of your telephone calls. 872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. This is Wrestling with Jim Ross on News Talk Radio, AM750 WSB.
This is Scott Slade of Atlanta's Morning News. News all morning, 5 to 9 a.m. every weekday. Listen this week and win a Christmas tree from Pike Family Nurseries with 24 locations, full of Atlanta's finest fresh Christmas trees, azaleas, wreaths, and holiday accessories. And don't forget to join Bill Rosinski and Jeff Van Note on Monday at Hooters Buckhead for Sports Talk Live.
Radio show. This week, join us in a very special project, the third annual AM750 WSB Christmas Kids, where listeners like you provide presents for hundreds of needy children. And this week, for every kid you help, Winn-Dixie will also provide them with a Christmas dinner. So you're invited to make the holiday brighter for these underprivileged and abused children. Each day, our host will provide you with the names and specific gift request of each kid. So keep listening on how you can put a smile on a small face this holiday season. Christmas Kids, another Heart of Atlanta project from News Talk Radio AM750 WSB.
How can you get the hottest official WCW merchandise around? Call 404-885-7174 to get your hands on the latest and greatest WCW merchandise catalog available. Be the envy of your friends in your very own striking Sting tee, or top it all off with a Steiner Brothers cap. The possibilities are endless. Call 404-885-7174 and order your copy of the new official WCW merchandise catalog. 404-885-7174.
We're the value leader.
Say, what comes to mind when I say America's top?
Bulova Watches.
And what comes to mind when I say the best jewelry value?
Friedman's Jewelers, of course.
You put them together, what have you got?
Bulova and Friedman.
Right. It's a magic combination.
How's that?
Well, right now, all Bulova watches are 20% off at Friedman's.
Wow, 20% off. And just in time for my holiday shopping.
A spectacular selection of Bulova fashion, sport and dress watches for ladies and men. All 20% off Friedman's already low prices.
Wow.
And Friedman's offers $5,000 instant credit and up to 2 years to pay.
Double wow.
So now, when I say Bulova, what comes to mind?
My Christmas list.
And Friedman's?
20% off all Bulova watches.
Now you've got it.
Instant credit. You can get it. Friedman's Jewelers.
Friedman's Jewelers, the value leader for over 70 years.
This month, they're taking Tuesday out of the week at Victoryland. That's right, Tuesday's out of here. Until Christmas, the Greyhounds will be off every Tuesday, but they'll be on the run every other racing night and every matinee. One other note, Victoryland will close for Christmas Tuesday, December 22nd, and reopen Saturday the 26th with a gangbuster Saturday lineup to head into the new year. Remember, this month only, Tuesdays off until Christmas at Victoryland. Exit 22 off I-85 at Shorter, Alabama. Admission 19 and over.
It's Christmas time again at your neighborhood Pike family nurseries. And this year, thousands of Atlantans are shopping for their Christmas trees at Pikes, including Atlanta shortstop and hometown hero, Jeff Blauser. Hi, Jeff. We're certainly glad you could join us.
Thank you. It's good to still be in Atlanta.
Well, Jeff picked out his tree at Pikes store number 19 on Holcomb Bridge Road. What made you choose Pikes, Jeff? Was it the huge selection or the friendly staff, maybe?
Well, yeah, that and because I got the tree free.
Well, folks, what Jeff means is Pikes prices were so good, it was like getting the tree free, right?
No, it was part of the deal. Do the endorsement, get the tree.
Oh. Well, the rest of us can count on Pikes for great-looking trees at reasonable prices, in addition to a wide assortment of trimming, wreaths, and roping. Jeff, did you know that Pikes carried wreaths and roping?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I got those free, too.
I see. Well, once again, folks, to find that perfect Christmas tree and all the trimming, shop today at your neighborhood Pikes. Tell them Jeff Blauser sent you.
Better yet, tell them you're Jeff Blauser.
Very, very funny, Jeff.
Hi, I'm Scott Slade. The news, weather, and traffic team will be here loud and clear for you Monday morning from 5 to 9 a.m. with news, weather, traffic reports every 6 minutes, plus the latest on U.S. troops headed for Somalia. Start your week here with Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station. News Talk Radio, AM750 WSB.
This is Missy Hyatt, the most fabulous babe in wrestling. And you're listening to Wrestling with Jim Ross on AM750 WSB. Why don't you give him a call at 872-0750, or if you're outside the Atlanta area, call him at 1-800-WSB-TALK.
Doesn't she read well, ladies and gentlemen? It was Crayola, too. That was Missy Hyatt, and thanks for Daryl for playing that. It certainly brightened up my night. How about you, Mike? Turn your mic on, Mike. There you go.
Hello.
There you go.
You can always expect at least a couple big things out of Missy, so nothing surprises me when it comes her way.
I got that. And Daryl loved that one. He knew. Watch those hand gestures, Daryl. You got to drive to Gainesville in the snow and ice. You don't want to have to be looking over your shoulder, so to speak. Let's talk to Luke in Jonesboro. Hello, Luke. You're on AM750 WSB.
Hi, Jim. I was wondering if you, Michael, either one of you know, whatever happened to the six-man title and who's got it if it's still around?
It's not around.
No, it's not around. They've really been decreasing titles around here.
Yeah. That title's been eliminated, as has the U.S. tag titles. And,
I think the theory was kind of like with the boxing's got 3 different promotions, and everybody's got a belt, and then what does it mean?
Everybody's got a championship. Everybody's a champion, and it shouldn't. There's just too many. It's just too diluted.
Of course, there wasn't no coincidence that they took the 6-man title and then the U.S. titles from us, but that's okay. Just, run over our face.
Thanks, Luke. We appreciate your call tonight. Let's talk to Larry in Dalton. Larry, you're on Wrestling with Jim Ross on News Talk Radio AM750 WSB. Thank you.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good.
How you doing, Michael?
All right. Know any good carpet jokes?
No.
Okay.
I got a question for you, Jim.
Okay, Larry.
What do you think of the Curt Hennig comeback?
I think Curt Hennig's a great athlete, and hopefully his back is sound. He's a good competitor. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and about the Steiners, I think they're kind of stupid going to WWF. I mean, not taking anything away from them or anything.
Well, that description has been used before with the Steiner Brothers. Whether it's true or not is obviously to everyone's own opinion. But professional sports, when you have athletes that want a no-cut contract, in other words, just for the right of me competing here, we don't want to be held accountable productivity-wise is ludicrous. Not just for the Steiners, but for anybody in any sports. You've got to be held accountable. I guarantee you, folks out there listening right now going to work tomorrow are going to be held accountable for their efforts and their productivity, and athletes should be treated any differently.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the WWF's kind of going downhill, like turning into kind of like I guess I heard described as a circus atmosphere. They've even got a clown to prove it.
Yeah, well, that's, there's their philosophy. It's rather a unique one, but they've been successful with it in a lot of ways as well. So I guess it takes both flavors to make everybody happy. Let's talk to Joe in Douglasville. Joe, you're on Wrestling with Jim Ross and Michael Hayes tonight.
Hey, I got three quick questions to ask.
Okay, Joe.
Okay, if Ravishing Rick Rude, if he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion, will they have a tournament for the U.S. belt?
I would assume so, Joe. That's the normal procedure because he would obviously not be able to defend both, and nor would probably want to.
Okay, and Michael PSA, I got a question for you.
All righty.
I just want to know, who was your toughest opponent you ever faced in the ring?
Oh, well, boy. There's different circumstances. I would say the first thing come to my match is, as far as matches, the opponents come in different categories and standards. I'd say when I took the belt from Luger in Nashville, Wrestle War of '89.
And you had some other tough matches, Von Erich.
Oh, I had a lot of tough matches, yeah, but those were tags. I thought he was implying single matches, which, I haven't had that many of.
Is that what you're talking about, Joe, single matches?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can agree. I can see that, certainly. Well, you wrestle them. I didn't.
Yeah, I guess I would. Thank you very much there, Jim.
You're welcome, Mike. Don't mention it, buddy. Let's talk to Chris in Atlanta. Chris, you're on AM750 WSB.
Good evening, Jim and Michael. This is Chris Etheridge, former UWF ring announcer. I've been living in Atlanta since July, and I've been completing my college education, and I hadn't seen a lot of wrestling except for the last couple of months. And I wanted to tell you that you're doing a great job, and love or hate Bill Watts, he is insightful and aware of what the fans want. I'm really enjoying the main event classics. Michael Hayes, you have without a doubt proven you are the perennial Freebird and the most successful, and continued success to you in all of your endeavors. My question is, what is the status of the National Wrestling Alliance? Like I said, I've been going to school. What was the reasoning behind WCW being established as an organization? And why does the NWA World title, being the most prestigious, receive second billing to WCW's, quote, world title?
Well, those are good questions, Chris, and I hope we have time to give your answers some justice. The NWA, the cooperative of the NWA and all the promoters that made up the NWA started drifting apart, and some of the promoters in age, but a lot of things started changing, and it became the NWA lost a lot of its luster. WCW, when it was formed, they were going to be recognized as a branch of the NWA, but then there was a lot of legal things, again, a lot of potential lawsuits. It got to be it's a long story that has really nothing to do with wrestling or philosophy, and nobody's ever said that WCW was better than NWA or whatever. It was all about the legalities of it and the politics of wrestling, and unfortunately, that was the decision that was made that the WCW would form its own group. We certainly recognize the NWA champion, and in many parts of the country, the NWA championship is held in higher regard than the WCW title, but that's not the case here in Atlanta. We certainly appreciate your call, Chris, and I hope you'll call us back when we've got more time to talk with you. Well, Mike, we've just about got another hour in the book here. Next week, I'll be in Tampa for the Falcons-Buccaneers game, and I know Tony will be here. Maybe Larry will drop by, and Hope I can drop by, too, to be on the program if I get back in time. Thank you for being with us.
As always, it's a lot of fun to be here and talk to the fans, even though some of you idiots, some of you have decent questions, and I guess that's just varieties of spice of life.
That's what they say, and if you're driving outside tonight, be very, very careful. Be very careful driving to work tomorrow. Leave yourself a little additional time. As we said, a lot of big things coming up. Tomorrow night is at Center Stage, 7 o'clock. And the big one in the Omni, Starcade 92, Monday, December the 28th. Tickets on sale at all Ticketmaster outlets. It's exclusively on pay-per-view. We'll talk more about it when we take your calls again next week. Our thanks to producer Daryl Harris, Michael Hayes. I'm Jim Ross. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
You look fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, stop puffing out your chest long enough to tell me how you did it.
Quick Weight Loss Center, and it was easy as ABC. Losing weight is as easy as ABC with Quick Weight Loss Center. A, as in affordable, natural weight control. How affordable? Right now.
Of 1991. The summer of 1992, here in Colorado Springs, we had 14,000.